The uncertainty, the range of possibilities that could happen is, I think, what is most fascinating. I think that kind of crossroads of they've played a little bit better recently, but they still have long odds to make the playoffs. I know the team has kind of done the legwork on, what it would take to maybe trade some of these guys away, what other teams are interested in them before the trade deadline.
It's going to be an interesting trade deadline. We haven't seen this team be a seller in a few years now. So how the Mets handle that, how Sandy Alderson handles that, does he go out and kind of shop around every single guy who's going to be a free agent, because the Mets have a lot of them. It's going to be really interesting. It's something that the fans here haven't had to see, haven't had to deal with in a while, and unless the Mets go on a run pretty quickly, it's going to be a different sort of second half of the Mets. So I'm interested to see how all of that plays out as we get closer to the trade deadline.
And if this team is at the point approaching the trade deadline where perhaps they're double digits behind in both the division and the wild card race, then obviously they become sellers, and obviously they look to retool and try and put something better together for next year and beyond. By the same token, if they close the gap and you're in the last week of July and now they're down to maybe 5 or 6 games behind, then it's a lot easier to say, okay, maybe you go all in.
Some of this stuff could really change in a matter of a week or days.
Every championship team or team that gets to the playoffs, there is a 10-game winning streak or several 7, 8-game winning streaks in there. Do I think this team is capable of doing it? Absolutely.
I understand where we stand. I understand our record. But you can also turn that around and play that much better in the second half. You can get as hot as you were cold. The dark cloud that's hanging over your head can break off, and you can start having big days ahead, and that's what we're planning on doing.